All right, so hey, what's up? What's up? Hopefully, you guys can hear me well. I am going to attempt to talk about this whole Remy and Papoose situation. This is something that was highly requested. Now, yesterday when I went live, I wanted to know what story you guys wanted me to talk about, and everybody was saying Remy and Papoose. Now, as you guys can see, I am at the airport, so I don't know how the sound is going to come through. I am heading back home, going back to Cali, okay? I'm headed back, going back to Cali. But in the meantime, I got a little bit of time. I don't know what happened or what I was thinking, but I I thought that I needed to be at this airport way earlier than I needed to. So I got a little bit of time to talk to you guys and speak to you guys about this. Now, there has been a lot of conversation about, people saying that they are team Papoose or some people feeling like they are team Remy. Now, I have only seen a couple of headlines that hit the blogs, so I don't even know like what the details are as far as what everybody is specifically claiming. So if you already seen the live videos and you already know like what was said on Papoose live and what was said on Remy's live, then probably fast forward this video until you see that I'm no longer watching their lives. Now, since I have a little bit of time to kill, I'm going to skim through their lives. So again, if you already watched their lives, since I'm not reacting to it right when it happened, then skim through my video and go to the part where you see that I'm no longer watching the lives, okay? Or where it looks like the live might be paused or something like that, and you can see that I'm giving commentary in between because I'm going into it blind. I really don't know. I've been so busy coming here covering the Diddy trial, getting up early in the morning, getting like commuting back and forth from the court to my hotel room and everything like that. So let's get into it. So I'm hearing that there's claims that Papoose pawned some jewelry. He's saying that it was his jewelry, I believe. I wanted to know, did Papoose cheat on Remy or did Remy cheat on Papoose? I was told by one of my friends that throughout all of this hoopla that's been going on, there has not been an allegation of cheating on Papoose side as far as him stepping out on Remy first. So you said half my face is cut off. Hold on, let me look and see how it looks. Cause for me, I see my whole face. So hold on. Where's my phone? Where is my phone? I see my whole entire face. The picture is in the way of my face? Really? Hold on. Let me see how this looks. Cause it's showing me something different. Hold on 1 second. Let me look how it looks. Cause for me, it shows me on the left. And let me take a screenshot. This is what it looks like for me. And then let me see what it looks like for y'all. So let me show y'all what it looks like for me. Let me see. Oh, okay. That is so weird. That is so weird. Okay, so hold on. Let me figure out how to. So this is how it looks for me on mine. But for you guys, okay, let me just take the pictures down. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I know to go back over, but I don't even feel like it's more comfortable for me to sit like this. I don't know why it flipped. Like for me, it shows me on the side and the pictures on the side. Matter of fact, let me use my OBS camera. Let me use my OBS camera. Let me take this off. Hold on, y'all. Let me get it. Let me get everything right because yeah. Okay, so let me see if I take off the screen mirroring, will it work? All right. All right. So there we go. Now I think I fixed it. It's better. I think it's better now. So am I in the right spot now? Hold on, let me look. I had it clicked to screen mirror. I don't know why. Okay. All right, let me drop the link. Honestly, I'm like, do I really want to sit and watch Remy's video? Y'all, y'all let me know what y'all want me to talk about actually. Because do y'all want me to talk about the Diddy stuff, my experience going up to the court, meeting people, or do y'all want to hear about Remy and Papoose? Let me know what y'all want me to talk about. I don't know if I'm gonna come back. Somebody said your apology to Tory Lanez. I'm never apologizing to Tory Lanez, Denise, ever in life. There's nothing to apologize for. So if you think that it has been proven with the hearsay that they have been showing you, then hold on, let me take this off real quick to address that because let's get into it. I got time to kill. So let me put this up here. All right. So Denise said that I just asked you guys what you guys wanted me to talk about. Denise said my apology to Tory Lanez. Now, Miss Denise, I'm not sure if you're aware if you've been keeping up, but Tory Lanez camp has been manipulating people with old news. Now, if you have been paying attention, the senator that has been pandering to you all, and I don't know if she's pandering for the black vote or what her agenda is, but it definitely is not sincere. Thank you, Rochelle, for the super chat. That is so gracious, so generous, and I appreciate you so, so, so much. But let's get back to Miss Denise. Let me find her. Dang, where did her comment go that quick? But anyways, y'all seen it. Hold on one second. No, we're gonna keep up this super chat. If anybody else wants to donate, I'll just keep y'all's up there as the highlight. We'll do it like that. So, anyways, back to Tory Lanez. So, matter of fact, let me pull this up for you guys really quickly. So, if you've been paying attention, Tory Lanez alleged that there was ring footage that was going to vindicate him, and there was this ring footage that was discovered that shows that he's innocent. Now, if you have been paying attention to the trial since the very beginning, the ring footage that he's talking about is evidence that I released 2 days after the trial concluded. Okay. Now, 2 days after the trial concluded, I went down to the courthouse. Me and Street TV, we got all of the evidence, including the ring footage that was available, that does not show you the evidence of the actual pew pew, but however, it shows you the audio of the shots. Now, if you've been paying attention to my coverage all the way back in 2022, I shared that footage with you. Now, it's ironic that the same footage that they are claiming is new evidence that the political lady is using is my footage. If you go to her page and you look at the ring footage that she has, whose watermark is on it? The watermark is from the video that I released in 2022. You see, Neek at Night, big as day. Matter of fact, let me pull it up because so many of you guys have been sending it to me. And you're like, Neek, can she use your stuff? Can she use your stuff? She's using old information that was presented in court that was available to any person all the way back in 2022. But for the people who are uninformed and easily manipulated, gullible, and didn't follow the evidence, let me pull up her actual tweet that she's using to vindicate Tory. And then let me show you, and I'll pull up my video from 2022 when I released said footage years ago. Okay. So, and the footage is not footage of the shooting, it's just audio that was played in court. So, yeah, so there's that. So, anyways, let me go to my text because people have been blowing me up with the fact that she's using my old receipts that I released 3 years ago. Okay, so her name is Rep Anna Paulina, and this is what she's using to vindicate Tory. Do you see this watermark here? Do you see that? What does that say? That says Neek at Night. Do you see this? This is the person that's supposed to be vindicating Tory. Do you want to know when I released that? Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up. Hold on, but let me show you guys the tweet. Because like I said, people are easily gullible, they're easily manipulated. And from day one, this has been available to the public and it's not new. But when you have people that are willing to do anything, let's go to Rep Anna Paulina. Let's see. Rep Anna Paulina Luna Tory. Let me actually pull it up for y'all real quick. And then I'll pull up my video where I shared this information. But hold on, her stuff not, hold on, let me see. All right, here we go right here. She posted this, and let me share my screen real quick. Because apologize to Tory for what? For something that I shared that y'all 3 years late catching up to? All right, so as you can see, this is her Twitter. This is her tweet. She said, the claim matches the Ring camera audio from the night of the incident. 3 shots, a pause, 2 more shots. There's no dance be dance heard. There's no admission from Tory, only sound of a chaotic moment that now aligns with the new sworn testimony. Now, this is audio, like I said, that I shared. However, if you were paying attention to what was testified in court, there was a gun expert that testified. Now, the theory that they're coming up with that they just created in these last few months that they've concocted to try to build a narrative cannot be plausible per the gun expert. Now, there was a gun expert in the trial that testified that the gun used to shoot Megan Thee Stallion is not one that has a hair trigger. Now, a hair trigger weapon is a weapon that if you drop it or if you slightly touch it, then it will fire. The weapon used in the Tory Lanez situation was a weapon that you have to pull the trigger all the way down and apply 8.5 pounds of pressure to fire the weapon. Okay, so it is not plausible per the expert that testified that both the defense and the prosecution agreed on that fact that it requires 8.5 pounds of pressure to fire the weapon and that it was not a hair trigger weapon. Now let's do our Googles and let's pull that fact up. Okay, these are things that I talked about and I broke down over several videos. It is not possible for somebody to be shooting 3 times, knock the gun out, and it goes off 2 times. Per the expert that both the defense and the prosecution both agreed on. Now, in addition to that, we have him admitting on the jail call that he didn't know why they were arguing. He just got too drunk. And if he wouldn't have gotten so drunk, he would have never done that. In addition to that, we have text from Kelsey 5 minutes from it alerting the people that she knew that he had shot her. In addition to that, there was evidence of him texting Megan apologizing for what happened. There was no text to Kelsey to apologize for what happened. Now, if he was apologizing for sleeping with 2 friends, why is he not extending that apology further to Kelsey through text? He's apologizing to Meg for what happened through text. He's apologizing to Meg for what happened on the phone. And he also in the jail call said the only person that this is going to fall back on is him. The only person that is going to get repercussions is him. Now, all of these things I've laid out in several videos. If you like to catch up, you can. But let me Google this the weapon thing real quick for y'all real quick. Let me pull up the weapon information. All right, so let me share this article that was created in December 2022. All right, now let's share the next thing, and we could, like I said, I got all day. I got all day. Okay, my flight don't leave no time soon. All right, so this is an article from Business Insider. It was created on December 16th, 2022. So if you get into that, this article was created in December of 2022. Now let's go to the part where they go over what the firearm expert testified to in the trial. Okay, this was an article on Business Insider written by Taylor S. Mitchell, and they go over the details. So let's go down to where they talk about the firearm. So as you see right here, it says firearms examiner, however you say his name, with the LAPD said that the 8.5 pounds are needed to shoot this semi-automatic Luger caliber firearm that police found on the floorboard of the black SUV. The group was riding in that night of the incident. If you just tap the trigger, it won't fire. Okay. And again, this is not something new that's created to create a narrative. This was what was testified to in court in December 16th, 2022. Okay. What they're telling you guys, or what they're coming up with, is false. Okay. If you followed the trial, you followed the actual evidence, and you didn't hang your hat on the inconclusive DNA that did not rule him out or conclude him, however, and you followed the other evidence, it does not make sense. It is not possible. It is not possible to fire 3 times and then he knock it out of her hand and then it goes off 2 more times. Okay. Both of the prosecution and the defense created a stipulation that agreed on that fact, that it was not a hair trigger weapon. But because they know that so many of you are not going to follow the true evidence, and you are just going to hang on, oh, it said that he was inconclusive, so he didn't fire it. And then you're dismissing the fact that he said Kelsey didn't shoot Meg on his own Instagram account. He said that he didn't know why they were arguing when he apologized on the jail call. He said he got too drunk or that wouldn't have happened, but he don't even know what they were arguing about. He also said in text messages to Meg that he was sorry. He also, you can see the demeanor of who was comforting her after the incident and all of that. It was his weapon as well. And the weapon, when he got out of the car, was under his seat. But anyways, I have done several videos. Oh, I told you guys I was going to show you guys when I first talked about that evidence. So let me go and pull up my video. Let me pull up my video real quick where I showed and I talked about the ring footage 3 years ago in 2022. And I released that evidence, and all of the major networks used my evidence, just like this rep Paulina is using my evidence that was presented in court and made available to the public 3 years ago. So, Denise, when you say, am I going to apologize to Tory Lanez? Absolutely fucking not. No. Absolutely not. And before this, I was not even a Meg fan. There were several videos on my channel where I didn't care for her, but I commend her for having the strength to go through all of the manipulation of the public, the scrutiny, and all of the things that she has to endure because people cannot be accountable for their actions. I feel so bad for her that she was a victim of such a crime. And from being a victim of this crime, she has to forever be taunted over and over and over again. She has to relive it over and over again. I feel so bad for her. And I wish and I pray and I hope that a woman like me never meets a person like Tory. And I wish and I hope that the daughter that I'm raising never comes across a degenerate like that. And this is a person, I love his music. I like his music. But as a person, anybody that cannot accept accountability for their actions and manipulate and feels comfortable doing that to somebody that they did the crime to, that don't sit well with me. And I pray I never meet somebody of that character ever in life. And that is why I move the way that I do. When it became this year, I used to let a lot of stuff slide, right? I used to let a lot of stuff slide. Like people would do certain stuff and I'd be like, okay, I'm not tripping, but I have learned to create distance from individuals because these people are dangerous. The mentalities that people have is dangerous. There is so much danger from, and I'm not saying all men, but there is a lot of danger when it comes to men these days. You see the people who are caping for Diddy and the people who are making excuses for his blatant violence, fear, and intimidation. Watch what people say. When you hear them caping for Tory, when you hear them caping for Diddy, and these are people that are inflicting violence on women, those same people, you better watch them and you better keep them out your circle. I started to pay attention to the people that would cape for Tory and the people that would cape for certain people, and I started cutting people out of my life. Okay, because at first I used to have the mentality like, okay, well, they're just talking about Megan. That don't really have nothing to do with me. No, if they have that mentality about her, if they have that mentality about people, they are dangerous. Okay, and I have been a person to eliminate a lot of danger. So, anyways, let's get back to the topic at hand. So with that being said, what else do y'all want me to talk about? Oh, wait, I told y'all I was going to show y'all the video that when I first released this, in case y'all didn't know. Let's pull this up. Let's go back down memory lane. All right. So I played the exclusive jail call on December 29th, 2022. So let me pull up that video. And then I also played other evidence the days following after that. Ooh, I was a chunky butt right here. But we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. And let me drop the links down if in case anybody has time to follow up. This was back when I had a cloud wall. Okay. This is back when I had a cloud wall. Let's get into it. I was a chunky butt. I done lost weight since then. But I dropped all of these exclusive things back then. Let's go. Hold on. Hold on. Where's the one where I dropped the evidence? Where's the one where I got all of the evidence and we blew up the internet with the actual evidence? Okay, I also have this video where it was Kelsey's September audio. Okay, we dropped that exclusive as well. Okay, beat out all the major networks. Let's see what let me see what else. Let me just drop the links for anybody who I guess, they're 3 years behind. Anybody who's 3 years behind, let me just pull up all of my evidence that I've been sharing. Okay, so that's one video. Let me go down memory lane. Hold on. We got plenty of videos because I was dropping evidence back to back to back. And the news that's trying to vindicate Tory is using my evidence that I busted the internet wide open with 3 years ago. It's crazy. It's insanity. It's insanity. Okay. Let's see. Because we was getting into it. We was getting into some things. Hold on, I'm trying to make sure. Oh, here we go. This is the video right here. Exclusive Tory Lanez gunshot audio. I posted this December 2022. Let's get into it. Here it is right here. I was trying to find it. Let's go. Because play with your mama, don't play with me. I can't believe y'all interrupted my beautiful Saturday talking about some apologize to Tory. Girl, I wish I would. I wish I would. Now, let's go here. Apologize to Tory Lanez. Now, I'm going to bump his music still. Okay? The music that I already got downloaded. But apologize? Raggy? What? Bitch, where? Apologies. Where they do that at for somebody that actually did the crime? Apologize. That's nuts. Okay. That is literally insanity. So if you see this video right here, I posted this December 30th, okay? December 30th, 2022. Okay. I was a chunky butt. I was out here grinding. And if you want to look this up for yourself, okay, if you want to look this up for yourself, it is titled Exclusive Tory Lanez Gunshot Audio. Somebody said, play it already. Girl, you are 3 years late. I played it already. I played it 3 years ago. I played it 2 weeks ago. I played it a year ago. I've played it already, but we'll play it again for you since you're 3 years late and you're just now catching up. Okay. Play it already as if I haven't played it for the last 3 years. But since you're catching up, let's get into it. So let's go on over. Hold on, where is it at? Hold on, I'm looking for the timestamp. Wait, where did I play that? Hey, y'all. Oh, hold on. Hold on, wait 1 second, y'all. That was the wrong. Hold on, wait. I'm sharing the wrong shit. Hold on. All right. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned into Neek at Night. And tonight, I'm about to be dropping back to back to back to back to back to back to back receipts on what was played in court that determined Tory Lanez's fate. Now, a crucial part in this trial was the gunshot audio. Now, his defense tried to paint the picture that, Kelsey shot the gun first, and then after she shot the gun first, Tory got the gun from her in a struggle, and the gun went off, and all this and this and that. Well, there was an expert who was a gun expert, and he basically testified that it's impossible for the gun to go off in a struggle. This was a special gun that you needed 8.5 pounds of pressure to shoot it. Now, in the audio, you will see how, back to back the shots were, which eliminates the idea of this struggle for the gun and, this idea that was pushed out. Now, this is exclusive from us. A lot of people was wondering. All right, so as you can see, they presented, I'm telling you guys, and as you can see the weight difference, this was me 3 years ago. I told you guys, fresh from court, they presented that theory in court to a jury. This is not new. This is not something that was withheld from a jury. This is me 3 years ago, chunkier, more weight, cloud background, 2022, telling you exactly what I seen right when I came from court, exactly what was presented right when I came from court 3 years ago. And guess what? The jury said, we're going to go with the experts on this. This was December 30th, 2022. Let's continue listening. Wondering, like, in the gunshot audio, why didn't I hear Kelsey and Megan and them like arguing? It's because the audio was taken from somebody's ring inside their home. So let me pull it up on the screen. All right, so that was me playing the sequence. There was 5 shots that went off, and that was me playing the sequence of 5 shots over and over. So when you hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, that's just me replaying it. So it's only 5 shots. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I replay the same audio. But like I said, this was presented in court. The theory that there was this struggle was presented in court. But they also stipulated that it was true that you have to use 8.5 pounds of pressure in the commission of firing it. So you're never getting an apology from me. Now, now, like Candace said, can we get back to Remy and Pop? Yes. So I just wanted to get that out the way real quick because people are very, very, very aggravating when they act as though they're getting new information. Okay. They're acting as though they're getting new information, and this was given in the trial. Okay. So let's get back to Remy and Pop. So, okay, so all of you, so y'all, oh, wait. So you guys have been asking me to talk about Remy and Papoose, okay? A lot of people wanted to know my thoughts. Now, I have not watched the live videos of what was alleged between Remy and Papoose. I have not heard what each person says. I only seen different headlines from the blogs. So I seen one headline of the blog said that, you know, Papoose was accused of pawning jewelry. Then I seen another headline where Papoose said that he wrote 90% of her music. Then there was another headline where I was like, okay, now they're going too far, where Remy was making a video and she was talking about, she was saying, what is that? Is that a rat in this, what is that? Oh, hell no. I think that's a rat. What is, oh no. Oh no, baby. These people acting like they don't see it. Child. Oh my goodness. Anyways, so um anyway, I'm sorry. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let me do y'all see that? Do y'all see it? Can you see it? Can y'all see it? Okay, I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna focus. I don't like rodents, and it's running around. Did y'all see it? Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna focus. Ooh, I'm sorry. I get easily distracted. Okay. 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 So, anyways, um, so let me pull up, who do y'all want to hear first? Because I know a lot of y'all already heard the live videos, but I haven't heard neither's live. So who do y'all want to hear from first? Do y'all want me to pull up Pap's live, or do y'all want me to pull up Remy's live? Which one do y'all want me to pull up first? Pap? All right. Let's get into it. All right. So let's pull up Pap's live and let's get into it.
What's going on? I'm gonna give y'all a couple minutes.
All right, let me scoot him over.
When she started dealing with style, she came on here claiming that, oh, everybody, I don't do this. Yes, you do. This is exactly the only thing you do. You know what I mean? Normally, I wouldn't even entertain this, but the fact that you mentioned my children, I'm not letting that ride. Since this whole situation happened, everybody know I never said nothing. The only time I said something.
Okay, y'all saying that Remy's was first. All right, so Remy's is an hour long. I'm not gonna sit and watch her whole thing, so I'm gonna just skim through. But let me get my earbuds so that I'm not disturbing everybody in the. Y'all got an internet It's 1 hour. I'm not, and again, if you already saw this, then you already saw it. I haven't seen neither one's live. So you guys are saying that Remy, Papoose is replying to Remy. So let's go to Remy first. Now I'm not, hers is an hour and 22. We're not gonna watch an hour and 22.
Hello. Happy. So here's the thing, right? So my mom calls me, right? Well, let me start with this, right? I don't do this. I come on here for entertainment, hee ha ha, if I'm promoting something, and then I'm out. That's it. Yes, I'm coming back to Belize. I am absolutely coming back to Belize. But I feel like people who know a little bit about me, they know I don't really do social media. I just don't. That's not my thing. If I have something to say, I say. I don't even do subliminals. My at button works very well. Very, very, very well. You understand? If I want to at somebody, I'm the queen of finding, excuse me, you got so-and-so number, let me get that. Hello, like that's me. But it seems like whenever somebody has something they want to promote because nobody cares about what they're doing otherwise, they turn this little thing on here, and or they go sit on a platform with just enough traction, hoping that it.
I can't speed it up. She went live on Instagram. There's no way for me to, unless I find it on YouTube. Do y'all have the YouTube link of somebody posting it on YouTube? Because I can't speed it up on Instagram, and then I downloaded it and it's not letting me speed it up on StreamYard. Only way I could speed it up is if I find somebody who uploaded it on YouTube. So if you have the link, then let me know.
It forces me to cause some type of interaction. Never gonna do that. Never gonna do that. I'm not emotional.
Yeah.
I'm actually really happy and really content. I'm actually probably the most content and the most at peace that I've been in my life in a really, really long time. Okay?
But okay, wait, hold on.
I
Let me pause y'all.
told
If y'all post a link for me to go to, it has to be one that does not have commentary, because I'm doing my own commentary. So don't post like a YouTuber that has commentary. Like if somebody posted the live just by itself, then give me that link, not one where it's commentary in between. You get what I'm saying?
my I told my friends, because they like, Ram, just keep doing what you've been doing. Don't say nothing. Don't talk about. No, 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 no. 2025, 2025. We getting a little bit of the ORAM. I'm really the realest ninja people know. Really, like seriously, because I'll take a hit. I'll take people saying this about me or saying that about me, because I know the truth, and the people involved know the truth. I could get in front of this app and whatever and act like whatever, but you know what's really up. Like, really know what's up. Like, so stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
Yeah.
I'm like why we gotta do that? Better, you know what my thing is?
I could type it.
I went on to YouTube today, like a little while ago, and I
I'm on
typed in
YouTube.
my name.
Yeah.
Bro,
I just liked everything you were saying. I was like, oh,
if you listen to YouTube,
Oh,
my mom
okay.
called me. She's like, I just want to make sure you're okay. You know, everyone keeps calling me. I said, Mama, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know, they saying you're sick and that you're in a coma. And I said, what?
All right.
Ma.
Nick.
comes that.
Oh, nice to
First
meet
of
you.
all, I do believe if I was in a coma, they'd call you. I'm just assuming that. But these people, like, and this shit be on there having tens of thousands of views. I'm sick. I'm not sick. I'm not sick. Like, I'm very healthy, actually. I'm the healthiest I've been in a long, like, since I started my pescatarian and my Pilates and things like that. I'm good. You understand? I'm not sick. I'm definitely not in a coma, as you can see. Y'all don't see me courtside? Hee ha 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 ha. Do I look like I'm in a fucking coma? I'm not in a coma. But speaking of courtside, Millie's is not my boyfriend. Like, anybody that I sit next to or that I talk to or that I'm saying is not my boyfriend. I'm not in a relationship. I'm not pressed for no relationship. Like, I'm just not. I'm not. Like, y'all have to stop. Y'all have to stop. You understand? You have to stop. And I be like, oh, people got common sense. They could just see. People don't got common sense. I realize that. I swear, I promise you, go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. I'm in a coma. They got I don't know if it's AI or what, but I'm in the bed. With all type of things hooked up to me. Like, what? What? I'm not in a coma. I'm great. You understand? But I see everybody's in my comments once a month, if that, and then run the social media.
How far in does she get to start talking? How far into her live do she get to it? She ain't talking about nothing right now. How far in does she get? Does she start like getting to what the meat and potatoes are?
Yeah, I've seen my daughter more than 3 times this year. I see every day. She's here. Nobody's taking my phone. She's here. Okay. I'm not, and let's be clear, nobody's scared of nobody. All of that tough talk, nobody, all that tells me that I'm coming at that little oppie shit too. Don't start with me today. Yeah. And let be clear, I would never, ever. My lawyer will tell you guys, I don't want full custody. Nothing. The custody is joint down the middle. I ain't make her by myself. I paid for her to be here by myself because we did that IVF. I paid for it by myself, but I ain't make her by myself. You think I'm gonna be stuck and trapped down and can't go nowhere and can't do nothing, can't do this? Like, come get her. Come pick her up. Yes, come on. Come on. Come on. Stop. King Riz, that's your name? King Riz. How you know? Where you getting that from? From what you've seen in the blogs? Because I haven't been talking. Because I'm not supposed to. Anybody that told a lie or anything was to protect me, the person who was supposed to protect me, the only thing that ever even was put out. I've been being threatened. I'll put out videos of you having sex. I'll put out video. Please get me lit. Get me lit. Please get me lit. Put out my sex tape. Please get me lit. Like what? You think that I was able to do everything I was because I boxed.
All right, can somebody come and give me the summary of what her life? Because I felt like I started dozing off. I looked at myself on here. I'm like, girl, wake up. Here, I just put the StreamYard link. Can somebody come and give me the summary of like what she says is her issue? Like what is the thing that is her issue with Papoose? And that's no shade to Remy, but I just found myself, I was sitting here and I'm listening and I'm like, it's not no shade. I had a long week. Okay. So if somebody can click the link and just give me a summary of what her claims are. Neo X, hello.
Hey, peace, peace, peace. Can you hear me?
Hey, how are you? What's the
Hey,
summary?
girl, let me help you out because it is it is a long live, but I listened to it while I was at work. So basically, the summary is that she's gonna let the audience know that she's not the one holding up their divorce. Because the way that Carissa Shields, said it on the Breakfast Club, she was just telling the audience that they got to work out whatever they got going on for as they divorce procedures, like what's taking so long. And Remy took it as she was saying that she's the holdup of why the divorce hasn't been final yet, because Pap hasn't paid the lawyer fees and whatever. So then Remy kind of let the audience know that it's not her holding it up. She think Pap taking too long because he really don't have the money to pay for his fees or whatever. And then she sums it up by letting people know that she never cheated on Pap, and that the reason why they broke up because she got tired of financially supporting Pap. Like I guess she was the breadwinner, if that makes sense. So that's what it really did. And then you know how Remy is. She got to let the whole world know how tough she is. You feel what I'm saying? That she,
Yeah.
been through a lot with Pap. So that's pretty
Okay,
much
so
it.
what was the part where she mentioned his kids?
I think she was saying she had to talk to her daughter to let her daughter know what's going on because I guess Carissa keep like mentioning like it keeps becoming a public thing because of their relationship. So I guess she was saying that she has to talk to her kids to let them know what's going on or whatever. Because I think the other kids are grown. So only one I think they're referring to now is the baby girl. So
Okay, and did she say, because I know that she was calling him broke. Did she say like, because what is she doing for money? Like what is she doing to
um
have so much more money than him?
well, I guess now maybe her debate league, that's a thing going for the underground rappers, the freestyle rappers. That that's pretty going, doing well for her. I think she
Is
still
it?
got some. Yeah, from what I hear, they said it's pretty good. Now I haven't followed hers because I'm following another group, but they said it's doing good. Like from what I hear, so she real successful at it. But then she still got the royalties from her hit songs like Conceited and all that stuff. So, Remy was doing good before she, got locked up. So,
Hmm. Okay.
but
All
yeah,
right. Well,
that's
stay. All right. Well,
hmm,
stay on, Neo. Stay on. Stay on.
I got
Uh,
you. And I just thank you for letting me up. I've been watching you for years. So it's my first time
oh,
clicking live.
oh,
So,
thank you.
all right.
Reese, do you have something to add to Remy's summary before we go to Pat?
Hey, yeah, I just wanted to say that she mentioned that he cheated on her while she was locked up, and that basically, like, she thinks that he's with Clarissa because, he needs a new come up because he's broke. Also, she said that he stole her jewelry and pawned it, and that's why she was calling him Pawn Poof. So like towards the end of it, she's telling him like, just go get my jewelry. I don't want nothing from you. I don't want anything from the separation, the divorce. I just want my jewelry that you stole and pawned. She also showed that she has his clothes like bagged up. She packed them up like a year ago, I think. So
Mm-hmm.
so like I think, and also I heard months ago that like she had came out and she was telling people that he's like emotionally abusive and stuff. So really, like I think it's like the image that he portrays, like she's trying to like she was covering up for him basically, and I think she's tired of that.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Reese. Stay on. Dear
Hey,
Ree.
Nick, how you guys doing?
Hey, do you have something to add to Remy's um her live, to summarize what her live is? We're gonna go to Papooses in a second, but do you
Yeah.
have something to add to her live?
I do. First, I want to tell everybody my son graduates this afternoon from high school. Thank you. But
Congratulations.
thank you. But listen, I
No.
had to chime in while I'm driving. The thing is with Remy, first and foremost, both of them needs to stop. This is too much.
Well, no, no,
I
no. Before we get to, we're gonna get to like
okay,
what we
but
think about it and all
she
that. But
talked about his son. She
okay,
came out. She didn't say the son was you know, fluent in another direction. But she said that he don't even deal with his son because she said that saying he wants a child with Carissa. This is what she's saying. But my biggest thing with this, don't out his son because of the fact, let him come out on his own. Now she's trying to talk to Carissa and say, "Hey, your friend should tell you that, girl, you this boxer, you got this going on. He's trying to use you." But my whole thing is, Remy, you started this. You the ones came out with the text.
wait. Before we get into, because I want to just only go over like what was said, like what was
Well, she
said
was
in the
talking
live,
about his
and
son.
then we're gonna go to how we feel after. So I just kind of want
She
to
was
get the summary
she was
of
talking
what.
about his son. She was talking about his son, about him. She didn't say he was gay, but she came out and said that he don't want to deal with his son while he talking about having a baby with Carissa and starting a family. And she was like, "Oh, don't let him tell you he want a son because he already has a son, you know." And that's when she started saying that he don't deal with his son because the choices that the son make and the way that he's living his life. So she's leading us to believe that the son is gay. And that's what she
Okay.
was saying. She didn't say the
Do you know how far into the live that was stated?
No, I mean, I'm like you. I was just doing other stuff. I really didn't pay attention because and she did so many lives, I can't even tell you. Honestly can't tell you, but I know for a fact she started harping on his son when she's trying to be friends well, not friends, but she's trying to tell Carissa, like, girl, you got this going on, not this going on, da da da. But what was all, never mind, I don't want to go down that road. But that's how it started. That's how it started. And that's when she brought in about, you want to have a child now with her, but don't let him tell you he wants a son because he has a son, and
All
that's when she
right.
started talking about his son.
Okay. Thank you, Reese. Stay on.
Okay.
LaDon, do you have anything you want to add to Remy's summary of what she said? Because we're gonna go to Paps after this,
Yeah, I just think that,
and
what I got out of it.
not opinions about like how you feel one side or the other, just the substance of what she said. If we missed
Hmm.
anything,
Yep. So I didn't want to watch the whole thing like you, but what I got out of it was Clarissa is going around promoting her boxing match. And they asked Clarissa a question about the situation. She didn't say Remy's name. She just said that's their situation. They got to deal with the divorce. It takes time, whatever. Remy took that got on live and used that as an excuse to show her hate to me because she did nothing but drag this man and belittle him and put him down. Now that's why Pap came out. He didn't want to come out. He's been quiet all this time. So that's why it's the back and forth, because he's defending his character and you put his son in it.
Okay. Shaniqua Town Business said, you got to watch everything to understand. So I've downloaded all of their live videos. And while I'm on the plane going back home, I'm going to watch them. It's just for the live right now. I don't have time to watch an hour and 20 minutes of hers and an hour and something odd minutes of his. So in order for me to formulate my full opinion, I'm going to do that on like another video, like once I land and once I get home. But for now, for the sake of this live, I just kind of want to get a summary of the substance of what was said, being that it's taken so long for her to get to the point. But yes, I'm definitely going to watch them. I have them all downloaded to my computer. Thank you, LaDon. Stay on. Heaven?
So basically, Remy is just saying that she took care of the family financially while she was in jail. All her money was being spent. He also was her manager. I think there's like the misconception of her saying that he was the other young lady's manager, but she said that he was her manager and that he received 20% of everything that she was making, and then she stopped that, and that he never paid bills. So, you know, I guess for her, it's like financially, he wasn't holding his weight. She got tired. He also was continuously throwing up in her face that, you know, he held her down while she was locked up. And, you know, she's like, I've been home too long to have to go through that. Like, he basically was manipulating her the whole time. And she would be very quiet about some of the things that he was doing, including cheating on her with his baby mothers and having fights at family gatherings.
So all of that tea is in this live, or is that
Yes,
in the other live?
that's in this live right here.
Do you know what how far into the live? Like, I'm 30 minutes in now. Do you know how
It's like
far in?
it's all over the place. Like, she's like, you can tell as she's telling her story, she's like, I don't want to say this, but she eventually says certain things. You even see her show you, like, listen, all his things is packed up here. And then she has a live also where she shows you a conversation where he's like, I don't have any clothes, and he's in Africa, but he's texting Remy. So you when you watch it, it'll all come together.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna watch it at a later date. I mean, not at a later date when I get on the plane. But I'm gonna zoom to Papoose because he's replying to, and I think he's talking a little bit quicker. So they said she has a lot of receipts. We'll go through it and we're gonna give a full breakdown. But I'm gonna bring you guys down. If you guys want to give your opinion a little bit later before I conclude the live, then stay backstage. All right.
Okay.
All right. Stay backstage, guys. All right. Let's
The
pull
last
up.
time when she tried to clout chase with the whole fake thing she kind of put on Instagram before. But ever since this transpired, I never opened my mouth, never said nothing because that's not my style. And also, I would never want to disrespect her. You know what I mean? Actions speak way louder than words. Initially, when it transpired, which was 2022, when she started dealing with the lane. But that wasn't the first time I caught her cheating. I've caught her cheating numerous times since she's been home. With the lane, the reason, but hold on, let's get to the point. We're gonna get to the lane later. You had the audacity to mention my child, and you had the audacity to mention me not seeing my daughter, when ever since I left, she has not allowed me to see my daughter. She's been straight miserable. I'm gonna say it again. All men out there who ever been through this type of situation, you know how it gets when you're dealing with a miserable individual. She did not allow me to see my daughter since this first transpired at the end of last year.
So he haven't seen his daughter since the end of last year? December 2024? Or December 2023? Which one?
Blatantly, I went to pick my daughter up from school. When I went to pick my daughter up from school, Diamond was picking my daughter up because that's who has my daughter all the time. And that was one of the biggest issues I had with her because all my daughter know is mommy and daddy. She was raised with both parents. That's all she know from day one since the womb. Our entire lives has been documented. What goes on with these celebrities is they like when y'all come on their page and y'all like their posts. They like when y'all spend y'all money on their concerts, on their music. They like when y'all make them rich. So y'all become fans and y'all follow the journey of these celebrities for years and years and years, right? As y'all follow the journey of these celebrities, you basically become a part of their life because you've been following them for 10 years, 15 years sometimes. You've been a fan of a celebrity or artist. But soon as something happens, the first thing they say to the fans is, you don't know me, right? Soon as something get out there bad that they don't want you to know about, the first thing they say is, oh, you don't know my life? Yes, they do. They know you y'all know us very well. And the reason why I'm saying that is because don't allow none of these celebrities to fool you. When you hear a rumor that comes out, it's true. We are human, just like y'all, the audience, the supporters, the fans. So now you have a person here who life has been documented for decades through the fans watching us, seeing when she got incarcerated. Watch me visit her every day for a year straight. Watch me bring her 35 pounds of food a month. Watch me hold her down. Watch me in the courtroom getting into altercations with court officers over her. Witness when she came home. Witness me go build the anticipation for her to come out of prison. Had a different artist do a drop every single day. Oh, the queen is coming, the return of the queen, right? All the fans witnessed this. Witnessed her come home. Witnessed us have the big wedding ceremony. Followed our entire journey. Never trust a celebrity who erased their Instagram. You ever notice I never erased nothing on my page? All you gotta do is scroll down. The same page that she utilized today to lie for an hour straight and tell all these fabricated stories, the same page I created. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. We'll get back to that later. I went to pick my daughter up from school. There's a young lady who was picking my daughter up from school. And I notified her, hey, I called her, I said, hey, I'm coming to pick her up. I picked up my daughter, gave her a hug, gave her a kiss, show things you do when you see your child. Embrace my child. And I had to go take care of something that day. So after I seen my daughter, I just wanted to see her and hug her because everything had been going on. I hadn't seen her in a little while. After I left, I think the next day or next 2 went by. She contacted me. Hey, you haven't seen your daughter since New Year's. I said, excuse me? I just seen my daughter yesterday. I just picked her up from school. What are you talking about? She didn't even know that I seen my daughter. You know why? Because she's never there with my daughter. She is never there with my child. And it's crazy that you have the audacity to open your mouth and say that I haven't seen my daughter, not only due to the fact that you didn't allow me to see her, since I finally got tired of your lies, tired of your narcissism and moved on, but the fact that while you was running out here cheating with this lame, not only cheating with this lame, you allowed him to destroy your entire life.
That's his audio, y'all. I'm not doing nothing different with the audio. He's covering his mic.
I want y'all to know this, because I know a lot of people, I don't want to come across as I'm upset. But you know what? I am upset. You know why I'm upset?
He's covering his mic,
because
not
you
me.
mentioned my children. You had the audacity to mention my children, and you had the audacity. Can y'all hear me? Because some people complaining about the audio. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Can you hear me now? If you can hear me, let me know. There's a few people saying they can't hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. I'm not covering the mic. Y'all saying I'm covering the mic. I let it go now. It's good? Brooklyn Jad in here. Jad, can you hear me? All right, now, yes. Okay, cool. Like I said earlier, for those who just came on the live, everybody who know me, and I'm talking about speaking with my actions, I don't do this. I don't clout chase. I never come on social media talking about anything. Even when I got stabbed in my back, by the person that I moved mountains for, fought battles, did everything, was super loyal to, I still didn't slander you. I still didn't say nothing. I just kept it moving. But you had the audacity to mention my children. So since you want to mention my children, and that I can't let ride. A lot of people in your path, that's not you. Don't entertain it. You know what I'm saying? People see through it. She's bitter. She's miserable. Yeah, that's a fact. But you mentioned my children, and that I'm not letting ride. So with that being said, you abandoned my child for days at a time. Knowing she had to go to school the next day, knowing I had to go to work the next day, since you want to get up on you and say, oh, you don't have a job. Because when I got the executive position at TuneCore initially, knowing I had to go to work the next day, knowing my daughter had to go to school, you stayed out with the lane. You stayed out with the lane. You want to talk, and you stayed out with the lane while your daughter was crying for you. Tears. Also, she wanted to talk about all of this money talk and all of this and what I don't got and what I got. Since I met her, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth. And with me saying that, I want to say this to y'all. Anyone who has an iPhone, you know how iPhones work. When I was younger, I used to be able to write rhymes in my head, create rhymes in my head, and remember them. Just like that. As time went on, I got a little older, I started to write rhymes in my email draft. Now, if you have an iPhone, you go in your email draft. If anybody come around me, and we're in the flesh next to each other, I can type in any word from one of her songs, and her entire rap will come up. The entire verse will come up. I never asked for a penny. I never asked for credit. She was my wife. I didn't want anything from her. I just wanted to see her win. Like I said, I have written 90% of the rhymes that came out of her mouth since I met her. Y'all said it. Y'all said it numerous times. Oh, we know that's Pep behind that pen. Did I ever agree with y'all? Did I ever put it out there? I never said I wrote.
All right, so I'm gonna pause it right there. Now, as it pertains to him writing her raps, yes or no, did he write them, did he not? I've seen a lot of people commenting about that, and a lot of people saying, well, if he wrote her raps and he was able to write her a hit, why can't he not write himself a hit? Now, every time there is an allegation of ghostwriting, I always see this same argument, and I'm like, we too far into the rap to not know how this can be a thing. Now, whether he wrote her raps or not, I'm not sure if he did or if he not. I haven't seen any receipts on either side. Okay. So I can't say he did or I can't say he didn't. But what I do know is when she made her songs, a lot of people were saying that the way that the new material that she was putting out was his style. Now, this has been something that has been discussed for a very long time. The way that she was writing when she was, I'm conceited, I got a reason, versus after she started making new music, a lot of people started to say that. Like, I would hear that often. A lot of people was like, this sound like Papoose, this sound like Papoose, this sound like Papoose. Now, to address the whole thing about if he can write her a rap, Why can't he write it for himself? You guys have to understand that just because you're able to rap does not mean that you can deliver a rap. Okay? Just because you're able to write a good song doesn't mean that you have the cadence, the delivery, or the flow to carry it out. And it doesn't mean that you are marketable. Okay? There's some people, let's say the singer Miss Chalet, right? Miss Chalet is an amazing singer and she's able to sing well. However, if Miss Chalet was to become a podcaster and she was to become a correspondent, she would not do well. Her voice sounds like Mickey Mouse. So, as a talker, a regular talker, her voice sounds like, you know what I mean? She wouldn't do well in a field that talked, but she does well singing. That's the same way with ghostwriters and people who write rhymes. Sometimes their rap voice or their rap sound does not translate and sound good. And sometimes you're able to write something that sounds good for somebody else. Now, me saying that, that's not a diss to Miss Chalet, but just trying to get y'all to understand, like, your voice, your cadence, the way you talk, the tone, the delivery, and your marketability. Are you marketable? Is this ABC 123 rap that you're doing? Is this something that people want to hear from you? There's some people who they could rap really good and they be like, ooh, I'm so sexy, I'm so fine, woody whoop, and that would go with an artist that was sexy or fine. But if you got somebody who people deem as unattractive and they're writing, oh, I'm so sexy, I look good, da, 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 like that is not marketable for everybody. So I just wanted to give that brief little intermission because I oftentimes see, well, he can't write himself a rap. He don't have a hit out. Da, da, da. It's so many different nuances that go on with that. Now, that's not me saying that he did or he didn't. I don't know. All I do know is that there were people who, when she dropped songs, said that was his pen for a very long time. So let's continue.
Her rhymes. I left it. I didn't need the credit. All I wanted her to do was win. Wrote the rhymes, did the contracts, security, the whole shit. So you fabricating these stories, and it's very weird that you're talking all of this money talk, but in your background, it's everything that I bought.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. You're right. Funkin' Pop says it goes the other way too. Look at Cassie. She can't sing, but she has the look. Okay, she has the look, and she could carry that one little note, whatever note that she sung. Me and you was my song. Okay, she didn't have to be Beyonce with the vocals. She just carried a vibe. Okay, and her being attractive helped. But anyways, back to Papoose.
All of the utilities are in my name. So all of this fabrication about, oh, he don't pay no bills, oh, he don't do this, he don't do that. If you analyze her live, the whole thing is about all of this money talk. Why? Because she wants y'all to think that she's this big shot. I don't need to come up here and perpetrate no fraud like I'm a big shot, like I'm this and I'm that. For the simple fact that I speak with my actions. You want to talk about black love? Anybody who follow me, they know I've always been pro-black and had knowledge of self since I was a teenager. So I've represented that since I came in the door before I even knew you. Okay? So don't ever talk about black love and what else she said? I gotta remember. So first and foremost, very bipolar, very delusional. This is a person who will sit in front of you. She will post that live and she'll say later, I didn't do that. I wasn't on live. You'll be sitting there like, huh? She will say something to you and 10 minutes later say, I never said that. Very bipolar. And I don't want to talk bad about her, man. That's something that I never wanted to do. That's why when this took place, when she first got caught cheating with the lame, I brought it to her attention. I said, first of all, I couldn't even believe that she was stooped that low because he's such a cornball. Y'all see it, y'all say it yourself. I'm like, yo, it's no way it's this nigga. Because I'm trying to figure it out. Like, damn, who is this nigga? Because, you know, we were living a normal, peaceful life, raising our child like we planned to, and she started to move real strange. So in the process of her moving strange, it became stranger and stranger, worse and worse. So I said, damn, I gotta see what's going on. What the hell is going on? I started to do my research. As I did my research, I found out she was cheating with the lame. So once I find out, I brings it to her attention. I said, mind you, I didn't knock him out because he slept with my wife. Like I told y'all before, the reason I knocked him out was because he shook my hand and then slept with my wife. It's a difference. But let me tell y'all this. So I bring it to her attention that
All right, so those of you guys don't know, I guess when he found out that Remy and Easy the Block was dealing with each other, there was allegations that he knocked him out. And Easy the Block, he even talked about it. So now, all of this time, Papoose had never confirmed or denied if he had knocked him out. So now he is confirming that he knocked him out. But what I find funny about Remy and him, they both got each other's lookalikes. Like Remy went out and got knockoff version of Papoose, and then Papoose got Clarissa, who doesn't look like Remy in the face, but they are like both like on the more like rough around the edges side. Okay. They both are like, you know, like masculine. Okay. And they both are like similar, like gotta show like I'm the toughest. Like they're both people who are like trying to be girly girls, but they're like, it don't feel authentic to them. You get what I'm saying? Like they both seem like in another life, either one of them would have been, never mind. But they both, Remy, yeah, aggressive. Like they both have that aggressive, I'm tough, I'm not scary, I'm not, you know, neither one of them is like, I'm demure, I'm cute, you know, like they both give that. So anyways, they both got partners who are the same characteristics of their prior partner.
you know, that I found out that she's sleeping with the lame. She tells me, him? Why him? Why him out of all people? Not Goods? Not Hitman? My word is my bond is my life. I should give my life before my word shall fail. This was her exact words. Him?
Daughter of the Most High God says, Neek, you tried it. Remy may be messed up, but Clarissa don't got ish on her. Now, I didn't say neither one of them was ugly. You could be masculine and pretty. There are some, and I'm not saying that either one of them is like technically like a stud or give stud. They give more like, they give straight girls that are just masculine. I didn't say either one of them was ugly. However, we are not going to compare in terms of look, somebody that got plastic surgery on their face versus somebody that has their natural face. Now, Remy Ma has gotten plastic surgery on her face. So, you know, but that's not saying either one of them is, you know, cuter than the other or whatever. But anyways, let's get back to
Why would I deal with him? I said, Rem, I know you're dealing with the lame. I know it. First and foremost, how it first fell on my radar that she was cheating with the nigga, he was running his mouth and it came back to me. They said, yo, Pat, This nigga out here telling niggas he fucking your wife. I said, word. So I did a little bit more research, connect a couple more dots. I finds out. She tells me this. Okay, I finds out. Mind you, it's not the first time she cheated. You know what I mean? I continued the marriage because I live by my wedding vow. I try to live by my wedding vows. Richer for poor, sick and for health, sickness and health. You know what I'm saying? Better for worse, death do us part. So you try to work through things. Anybody out there who's married, y'all understand. So I found out she cheating with the lane. I bring it to her attention. Of course, we have an altercation, like basically argument back and forth or whatever transpired, right? Okay. She decides, and I decide that we're going to go to therapy. But she brings it to my attention, to be honest. She said, I think we should do therapy. I said, okay. Even though I'm private and I don't like to speak to people about my personal business, that was a very, very difficult thing for me to do. But I said, you know what? Let's do the therapy. We go to the therapist. We go to the therapist. The therapist's first question is, do you guys want a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. So when she comes on live and say, we haven't slept in the bed since 2022, and to make it seem like and fabricate a story like we had some agreement, you such a liar. There was no agreement. When I found out you was with the lame, you denied it. You shitted on him. Basically said, yo, why would I be with him? Why do you think I would be with him? And then you wanted to go to therapy. So check it out now. Check it out. So when we go to therapy, the therapist says, do y'all want to get a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. I'm going to be honest. Because honestly, I didn't want to not live under the same roof as my 5-year-old. I love all my kids the same. But when you have children, and everyone knows that about me. Everybody who know me, y'all know my character. Y'all know her character. Very rude, very disrespectful, not just to me, to everyone. But that speaks volumes. I didn't want to we planned to raise her with both parents. That was the plan. So I did not want to not live under the same roof with my little girl. I was there from the moment she came out of the womb, and I intended, and I always told her, I want to be there to the moment we take her to her prom. So when she graduates high school, college, get her degrees, I want to be there to take my daughter to her prom. And I told her that. So I never wanted to leave from under the roof of my baby. That's why I stayed around for this nonsense. And I don't want to go away from the point. Okay, so we did the therapy. The therapist gave us that option. We both said we want to work it out. She said, this is the plan. I'm going to give y'all a plan to work it out. She said, Pap, because like I told y'all previously, once I seen that she was cheating, like she was moving real strange, I'm talking about leaving for hours at a time. Every time I questioned it, it was a lie, just strange behavior. So once I noticed that she was moving strange, I started to do my research. So the therapist said, because she told the therapist, mind you, she got all these lies to y'all about me. The only thing she told the therapist was, oh, he doesn't trust me. He's going to keep looking behind me and trying to, find out what I'm doing. But the only reason why I was looking behind her is because she was moving strange. So I agreed to, not show distrust or whatever. And the therapist told her, Remy, since you're saying...
All right, let's pause this real quick. Now, I'm going to say Remy Ma allegedly got plastic surgery, but we are going to look at this article real quick. Let's take a brief intermission. Somebody said, how do you know that she had plastic surgery? Do you have receipts for that? And I mean, we all have access to Google, but again, since, why not? Let's take a brief intermission real quick. All right, so this is a article by In Touch Weekly, and the article says Remy Ma before and after plastic surgery. Watch her transformation over time. Hold on, let me make this big. All right. So just a brief intermission. Brief intermission. All right. So they have photos where I don't believe that this look on the left can be achieved by contour, but all right. So, anyways, we could continue back with Pap.
It's only business with this dude moving forward, but y'all have a last event coming up. After this event, you're going to cut all ties with this individual. This is what the therapist said. She said, Pap, because I told Rem back then, before I even clipped him, I said, when I catch son, I'm putting him down. I'm putting him down. He violated, you know what I'm saying? And what I noticed, when I found out, I noticed that every time me and her stepped out and made an appearance, he'd go post on his gram, do little sucker shit. He'd go make a post on his story about us. So I'm watching this. Mind you, y'all, I'm not saying nothing the whole time. I know this nigga sleeping with my wife, but I ain't saying nothing. Feel me? I'm like, I'm gonna be quiet. I ain't saying nothing. Son doing sucker shit on the gram. That's cool. I ain't paying that no mind. We go to therapy. The therapist come up with the plan. We put the plan together. The therapist said she has this event coming up at Sony Hall, which was the battle between him and Hitman. She said, you can go to the event, right? But
All right, let me pause this real quick. Y'all said that this is only weight loss. Well, maybe her nose looks different to me. Okay, it doesn't look like a contour situation. It looks like a completely different nose. But like I said, we're gonna say allegedly. Okay, we're gonna say allegedly to the plastic surgery, but I see a different nose, which I could be wrong. Okay, I don't think, it looks like a different nose to me, but I could be wrong, and it looks like different teeth to me. I could be wrong, and she didn't look that big on the left either. So, anyways, let me go here. So, I'm going to finish watching all of the videos, but let's talk about it real quick. I got like 30 minutes to talk about this Remy situation and you guys' feelings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a dedicated video to this. So while I'm on the plane going home, I'm going to listen to Remy's allegations in full. I'm going to listen to Papoose allegations in full. And then when I get home, I'm going to then include or make a dedicated video where we talk about what Clarissa said that triggered this whole thing. We're going to talk about what Remy said in response, what Pap said in response, and I'm going to be able to condense it and get to the meat and potatoes a lot quicker. But in the meantime, let's hear what you guys have to say, because I'll add that in another video as well. I got about 30 minutes to chit chat with y'all. And let's go. So now on this portion, we're going to hear everyone's opinion. All right. So, what is your opinion now about the whole thing? Whose side are you? Team Pap, Team Remy? Who do you feel is right? Who do you feel is wrong? Neo.
It's kind of hard to say because, you know, clearly they both was like cheating on each other or whatever. But to me, it do seem like Remy is trying to like what is called emasculate Pap to justify, her behavior. But we really don't. Like you, when it become down to like people we both support and love, it's kind of hard to choose a side because you don't know who lying until we see the receipts. You feel me? But
Mhm.
I feel like Pap did spill a lot of tea. I feel like Pap did low key confirm things that was most likely to be true. I ain't want to give away too much because you didn't see the video yet, but he really do spill more tea. So I don't know if you
I'm
want to
I'm
know it.
definitely no, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at it. But if you just want to insert that into your assertion of why you taking his side, you could do that because I'll do sound bites of
I'm
audio of
not.
you
The,
of the
the
people.
thing is, I'm not taking his side because I was one of those people who was literally saying that y'all really think this man wasn't getting no poo nanny while his wife was like, you were like, he a New York ninja too. On top of that, bro, like you think he ain't that girl was gone? I forget how long she did, like 6 years or
7
something like she.
years.
Yeah, she was
7 years.
gone. Like y'all telling me this man was celibate for like. So I was telling them like y'all cut it out. But I think I think they was trying to hold up an image publicly because people put them on a pedestal. People were supporting them because we like seeing black love and all that stuff. But to be honest, they both probably was breaking their vows. They weren't respecting their vows. Remy got a temper. Pap, he like to play throw rocks, hide his hand. Like we see it on both ends. So that's why I'm just a spectator. I just thought I was just sipping my little Tito when I was like, dang, Pap telling it. Because, I was one of the people, I'm a Nicki fan, but Remy got her on that Sheetha disc, right? And that's like the highlight of Remy's career. And we looking like, hey, Remy, they been saying that you didn't write Sheetha because you forgot them lyrics when you was performing that song. I don't know if you remember that. I thought you covered it, but it probably wasn't you. But she was rapping and she forgot the lyrics to the song. So she kind of lose some credibility with me if you ain't writing your own lyrics to be the best. You feel me? So,
Hmm.
but
All right. Well, thank you, Neo.
yeah, thank you, sis. Have a good one. Keep your head up. And
All
yeah,
right.
and I don't know if you saw that I dropped your little super chat or whatever for dropping those receipts. They don't know you've been on this for years. I was like, they using her videos, her commentary. Like, come on, everybody know Nick been covering this Tory Lanez story. I mean, guilty. So come on, Mike.
Right.
Right, but keep your head up. So keep doing your thing. Peace.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. If y'all want to come on, we got like 5 people backstage right now. If there's anybody else who wants to come on, just click the link. Like I said, we got about 30 more minutes or so, probably a little more than that to chit chat with y'all. But what I want to say is before I bring the next person on, if this Remy Ma and Cassie and Diddy thing have taught you guys anything, it is to stop looking at other people's relationships as goals. There was so many people who was looking at, oh my God, Clarice, what's her name? Young Miami. What's the what? Carisha. Carisha, look at her. She's dating a billionaire. She got this the podcast. She got so much going on. And then we heard on her podcast, she likes to, have the yellow stuff on her. And then we find out later about Cassie, and then we find out how the yellow stuff is incorporated in their situation. And we find out that not only was Cassie being paraded and pimped out, she was getting rawed by people on Craigslist. Okay, random Joe Schmoes, and most of them looked like they went this way or that way or wherever the wind blew. And she was engaging in them in raw sessions to where they dropping loads of rawness in her. And you know what that gives with a pH. If you're a woman, you know what that gives. Okay. And so people see her on the red carpets. They see, oh, she's living this glamorous life. But behind closed doors, she is getting hands, feet, and elbows put on her. Okay. Hands, feet, elbows. She got busted eyes, busted lips, busted arms, bruises on her back, bruises on her leg, bruises everywhere. And everybody's looking like, oh my God, this is goals, this is goals. And then you look at Remy Ma and Papoose and people, oh my God, I wish to get a man that loves me like this, or oh, I wish to get a woman like Remy, and somebody to hold it down. And then you find out all of this stuff that's going on in the background. If these situations have taught you anything, it is to not idolize anybody's relationship. Do not idolize anybody's situation or envy it, because you never know what they got going on in the background. Can you imagine having to sleep with somebody off Craigslist and they dump? Oh, I don't even want to go there. But anyways, let's pull up some more people. Raymond Fisher, hello.
How you doing? You heard me? You can hear me? You can see me?
Yeah.
How you
Yes.
doing? Yeah, man.
Hey.
This situation is it's it's getting a little too sloppy, a little messy, you know. And see, that's why, like you said earlier, it's not good to base our relationships and goals off of other people. Everybody go through something. I've been married for 15 years. I can get on social media and paint this beautiful picture. Everybody go through something. You know what I'm saying? But when you bring it to the internet, I mean, this is ugly. I don't know whose side to take. I don't know. And the only thing I know is he held it down with her for 6 years. He held her down. But
So
if
what
you
do
go,
you sorry to pause you, but what do you think to the people who feel like he said he held her down, he went to the prison and he was visiting her, but there's allegations that he was also cheating? Is that still holding her down?
well, I'd be a hypocrite to say that's not holding her down. You know, it's nah, nah, because and that's just like when I was doing time, not to take up all your time, but when I did my little bid or whatever, you heard me, I didn't want my people. I wasn't worrying about what you was doing. As long as you was there for me, you had my back, you heard me. That's more than I can ever ask for. I'm not
So
coming home.
if he held her down by putting money on her books and taking care of her, then even if he got him a little piece on the side, he was still holding her down, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's hard to really answer that because you if you sleeping around or whatever, man, if you could keep it real with her and let her know that and tell her, this what I'm doing, but I'm here for you. But if you telling her, well, look, I ain't dealing with nothing, you the all, I'm waiting on you, bam, that's a violation. But if you can keep it real with her and let her know, yeah, I did it, woo, 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 but I'm only here for you. I'm here for you when you come home. If she accept that, then that's different. But if y'all ain't had that conversation in her eyes, that's a violation because she probably really feel like you holding it down
Okay,
all
so
the
what
way
else did you
around.
want to? Sorry to sidetrack you. What else were you about to say?
No, you good. You heard me. I appreciate you letting me come up, but I just before I go, you know, I just I just pray for both of them, man. Because this is bad. It's bad. For them two, and this a prime example. Ain't no such thing as perfect love, man. You gonna go through it. I'm surprised my wife's still with me after 15 years. By the grace of God, I'm taking steps now to try to be better. But come on, man, we all go through it. Ain't no perfect love. You seen what just happened to Sierra with Russell Wilson when they dropped
What
the baby.
happened?
The girl dropped the baby off at the front door. He had a baby on her
Who?
in the Russell Wilson.
Oh, I don't know about that. We're gonna say allegedly.
Yeah,
I didn't hear
yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
yeah. You got to look that up, and I'm gonna be looking for you to look that up. You heard me?
Send
That's
me that,
allegedly.
because
That's a
allegedly, because I don't know
Yeah,
nothing
that's
about that.
allegedly. Yes, ma'am. You heard me. I appreciate you letting me up. You
All
know,
right,
and
thank you.
all
They
right.
jumping you in the chat. They saying what?
They,
So they ain't heard it either. So double, triple,
it came
quadruple
to me.
allegedly.
I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it, but that's what they're saying happened. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh, okay, so nobody else heard it but you. Okay.
yes, I'm sorry. All right, Nick.
Okay. All
Bye
right,
bye.
bye. All right. Born Gifted. Hello.
Peace and love. Good morning.
Hey, good. Is it a morning? Oh yeah, good morning.
Yeah. I feel like Pat and Remy. I feel like he held it down throughout the whole bitch shit and
Oh, but hold on. Not too much on
Okay.
the curse words. We've
All
been
right. All right.
doing very well. We haven't had any curse words now. Don't blow it.
All
Now
right.
go ahead.
I feel like he held her down while she was locked up, and he probably was in communication. I mean, most likely he was in communication with his kid's mother, and I feel like she used that as a reason to justify her wrongdoings as a wife while they was in their relationship. I also feel like if that was a problem, she still had kids with him, so they was able to work through that. So now she's just using that as reasons to make herself look better for doing what she's doing. This is my opinion.
Mel, come up. Mel, click the link and come up if you can. Okay, finish up. Born Gifted. Sorry, go ahead.
Right. So I feel like she wasn't like as happy as she thought she was going to be when she came home. She jumped right into a relationship, was married, couldn't socialize with other people the way she probably wanted to, and I think she just got tired of it. And I think her being with him for that long, she just wasn't happy, and she started doing stuff and couldn't keep it real with him. I think that's what she was wrong at. She shouldn't have did that. She should have been on some, like just go separate ways. But I think she was more worried about her public image.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
I mean, that's probably it. That's just my overall opinion on the whole situation. I just think it's embarrassing for their daughter to see all that, and one day she's gonna grow up and have her own opinion on both of them. So it's just sad.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Born Gifted. You don't have to click off. But I'm gonna bring you down real quick. Let me read this super chat. Crypto Fitness and Gaming says, Aloha. I'm the person that reached out for an interview. You and a few others inspired me to start my entertainment YouTube journal. Love you, Diddy's live coverage and safe travels. Papoose makes more sense on this one. Thank you. Where did you send to me about an interview? Where was that? Did you email me or did you where did you propose an interview? I'm not sure. But thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right, let me see. True Royal.
How you doing, Queen?
Hi, I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing fine. I'm a blogger just like you, and one of the reasons why I listen to your channel frequently, and also um, I'm letting folks know the signs of a real good blogger. We try to keep our emotions out of whatever story that we are presenting at that particular time. And some people may feel compelled that they have to pick a side. And how I do it on my channel is I present the story, keep the emotions out of it. And wherever the story lands, it lands where it lands. It may not even land where I want it to land, but at least the facts are laid out. So we're talking about Remy, and I know you touched on some other things. So I've been checking this situation out, and how I look at this particular situations. No one's hands is clean in the situation. It just turned out that Papoose was better able to keep his stuff more cleaner opposed to hers. And now basically his stuff is coming out too. as well, because it's just astounding to me how you can state facts clearly, you can lay it out clearly like you do often, and folks don't realize their emotions are so caught up in it, and you flatly refuse to look at what is clear evidence. And you don't necessarily have to pick a side at all. People are human, and really what it is the reason why you get so emotional is because you're looking at what may possibly you have experienced in your own individual life. So that's just something that I just wanted to point out. And I just want to say, when it comes to Tory Lanez, I particularly don't like him at all. I don't like his energy at all. And people flatly refuse to look at his own actions in it. It's like, it's astounding in our Black community that it makes it look like the Black woman is not believed at all, and that we just supposed to continue to just take abuse. Nobody should be abusing nobody. We need to be looking out for each other. So anyway, Queen, I just want to thank you for your amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
And everything.
And
You are
what's your channel?
My channel is called The True Royal Family.
Okay.
But you slaying, my queen. I just really appreciate you.
Oh, thank you.
Very much. All right. Thank you for your time.
All right. You can stay on. I'm gonna bring you down real quick. Somebody said, Neek, you going home or are you coming back Tuesday for the trial? So my daughter's birthday, my daughter is a Gemini. Her birthday is on Wednesday. So I have to fly back. I have to be there, obviously, for my daughter's birthday, her actual birthday, which is Wednesday. So no, I will not be back on Tuesday because my daughter's birthday is on Wednesday. And as far as when I'll come back for you know what I heard though? I heard, and you know what, I'm bummed out about it because outside of Kid Cudi testifying, they keep bringing up this Capricorn Clark, which people say is Lauren London's sister. Word on the curve is Miss Capricorn is supposed to testify next week. Now, I'm probably going to miss that, so I'm going to have to rely on Mel or Uda or other content creators who are out there. But yes, I can't be there Tuesday. My daughter's birthday is Wednesday coming up. But I don't know if when I should come back officially. What y'all think? Because New York is expensive. And I'm like, well, people say it's her sister. I don't know if it's her sister because they're so close or because of what, but people say that that's her sister. But anyways, so as it pertains to the actual day that when I'll come back to New York, I haven't decided because I really don't know. It's a lot on your body to cover the trial. But before I get into all of those things, let me bring someone else up. But yeah, so yeah, people say it's her sister, but maybe it's not her blood sister, but people say it's her sister. But yeah, so like for me, my coverage, basically like the first 2 days of me coming out here, I was tired as hell. So like I was jet lagged for the first 2 days. I was running on fumes because I was like, okay, people, you got to get there super early, you know. So like I was anxious. I didn't sleep hardly, like 2 hours of sleep. So like in a 24-hour period, I had slept like 2 hours, and then I had went to the trial. and I was tired as heck. And then the next day, I didn't get a lot of sleep the next day because I had to be right back up there, and I wanted to make it inside the main courtroom, so I was tired. So Tuesday was the first day that I actually got rest. So then by Wednesday, I finally was like acclimated to the time difference, the time change. And then Thursday was the next day. And then it was no court on Friday. So I'm like, as soon as I get in my groove and as soon as I feel like I'm in a good spot to like deliver good content, it was time for me to go. So I'll figure it out. I'll see if it's worth it, because it got to also make sense. Like, because Tisa and Armand and another person was there, I think Make It Make Sense was there the very first week Cassie came. People already designated them, because they also do good commentary. So it's not just because they were there first week, but being there first week put other content creators ahead. You get what I'm saying? So because I'm behind in the sense of people already, for that first week picked who they wanted to watch and get the coverage from, me coming in after the fact, it kind of, so it has to also make sense as well. So, but shout out to Mel. We're going to have him come up several times. He's in the courtroom every single day, and he is listening to the testimony. He is getting all the insight. We're gonna hear from Mel in just 1 second. Mel, I'm gonna bring up two other people to give their opinion on Remy Ma, and then we could talk about other things. So, reflections. What was your opinion on Remy Ma and Pap?
Good morning, Nick. I first want to say salute. I've been following you for a long time now. Well, excuse me, not following, watching you. I just started following you earlier this year. But anyway, I just feel.
Thank you for following.
You're absolutely welcome. And I live here in Indianapolis. I know you was looking for your friend, but I was trying to get, let you know, like, I'm here, like where she's at. But anyway, it's really sad. And my thing is, I'm gonna be honest, because I'm a straight shooter. I'm black and white. I am Team Papoose. I'm gonna tell you why. When everything happened and he knocked Easy out, he never, from my understanding, he never went to the internet or anything. And if my memory serves me correctly, Remy exposed, quote unquote, their relationship and posted everything. But she's so not bothered. But I for him to be there for her, putting his music career on the side overseas to come make sure his woman was okay, going there every day, relocating so he's closer. I mean, we have to salute him, because we should. It's a shame there are not more men, forget the race, but more men, period, supporting their wives like that. And then for her to call him, quote unquote, broke. You can be wealthy, as far as financial, but be broke spiritually and mentally in other areas. You know what I'm saying? So for her trying to flex and say he broke, to me, that's sad. What else do you have to use? And then for him to keep coming and forgiving her, and even after the Easy situation, after he knocked him out, she blamed that, well, I got to stay with him longer now because you knocked him out. And he played that recording, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he got way more stuff. And then he also played the recording of Easy, basically sounding like he's blackmailing her. And I don't understand why she's still with him, but whatever. And I just got so much respect for Papoose, and for him to even hold back, and even saying how, he took care of her so many years, etc. I don't believe Remy would have been with this man, I'm 43, if he was quote unquote broke. You know what I mean? And I just hate that people want to, he's broke. Broke. I mean, what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Because you can be wealthy, or you can have money, but still be broke emotionally. Your character will be flawed and broken, diabolical. You know what I'm saying? So I just hate that their daughter have to go through this at some point, because they, I watched their journey on Love and Hip Hop New York, trying to get pregnant and even reaching out, and then for this to happen it's horrible, and my heart goes out to her. But again, I am Team Papoose. Remy was foul, and if she's so not bothered, why does she keep on posting? keep going live if she's not so bothered, you know what I'm saying, with Papoose and Clarissa. I know it's wrong for people to date someone when you're still married. I don't condone that. However, I am happy to see him smiling. You know what I'm saying? I wish, personally, because I was married myself, that they would, go the traditional way before they date. But we can't tell people how to date. You know what I'm saying? And he's been going through this for years. And again, I'm Team Papoose. Now, do I think he did everything right? No, we human. I effed up in my marriage at some point. It wasn't cheating. It was me being controlling some other stuff. But still, Team Papoose and Remy is completely wrong. And even looking at her on stage, showing her, her thumb, like that's not appealing. You're a woman. You're a mother. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention how he said that her family still loves her. I mean, loves him, and she feels some kind of way. And how people told him for years, and even rest in peace, I think his name was DJ Slay, warned him about her. And even she suggested counseling. They went to counseling. Even they had I guess some kind of agreement, and she broke that as well.
All right, I'm gonna have you give your final thoughts.
My final thoughts is, again, I just hate that I had to come to this. Papoose wasn't gonna go on the internet, but when she brought up the child, trying to blast him that he, didn't support him because he's, allegedly gay. Like, that's not a flex. Like, stop it. So my final thoughts are, I wish neither one of them would have come to the internet, but I do understand him trying to defend himself, his character, his name, and setting the record straight. Because for a long time, we only knew what she said and the little, whispers or whatever. But anyway, I love your channel. I'm subscribed to you.
Thank you.
Keep doing your thing, and I'm going to drop down.
Okay, thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome.
Mel, have you listened to any of the Papoose and Remy Ma stuff? Are you up to speed on it? I can't hear you. It's muted.
I said no, I haven't followed it at all.
Oh, okay, so I'm gonna go to Withering Black Star, and then I'm gonna go to you.
Good afternoon. Good morning. How you doing?
Good afternoon. Good morning.
All right. Okay. So let me pre-start this. Like, I'm from the Bronx. Let me just start that. I was a huge Remy Martin fan. I'm a huge Remy Martin fan. Huge Papoose fan. You see what I'm saying? Rap fan in general, but I'm from the Bronx. So, you know what I'm saying? Anything Remy did, it don't matter. She got the pass. You see what I'm saying? And literally, this whole thing has just turned me off to the point where I'm about to hit that unfollow button. Because it's literally because the narcissism has gone to another level. You can't rewrite history. So let's check facts. Facts. Who are you? Remy, you keep telling me like she is somebody. Who are you? You cannot drop a single by yourself and make it get traction. You have never dropped a golden album, no golden anything. You're literally Big Pun's apprentice. You see what I'm saying? The Fat Joe's apprentice. You cannot make a hit song by yourself. That's one. Number two, you met Papoose. He got the $1.5 million deal. That was like 20 years ago. Just through inflation, that was about like $3 million worth right now. You never got that kind of money. Your biggest song was off of Lean Back. And you had to run in the studio. And so that when you met this man, he was taking care of you. Papoose, but a lot of people don't understand because you have to be in the city, in the climate. Papoose was the hottest rapper at the time, hands down. That's why he got a $1.5 million deal. People were literally, every record company in the industry wanted to sign this man. Period, point blank. He didn't have to mess with Remy. Remy came looking for him. Okay, let's be clear. He put his career on the side. When he said, yo, she got arrested for shooting her friend over petty money, and we all looked over that. I had to look past that, but everybody know in the Bronx, yo, you over petty money, you just did that because he was ignorant, and he stopped his whole career for that, right? Speed up. We don't have to go through everything. Speed up. Y'all go through this. You come out. You say you broke. Y'all broke. Okay, cool. Y'all married. That's what married people do. If I was married to my wife and we broke, then we broke together. We gonna get rich together, right? Y'all came out. Y'all got the whole black love. Y'all went on Love and Hip Hop, did this whole thing. Yo, Remy, the reason why you was valid is because you had this man holding you down, and we saw black love for real. And we gave you that validation. And we said, yo, we gonna look and we gonna like, yeah, we want to see Remy win. because we want to see the whole black love. Oh, y'all having a golden child. You didn't come out here and people just want to see the queen. And what queen of what? Nicki Minaj done lapped you on her mixtapes. You ain't nowhere close to Nicki Minaj's sales to say you the queen of anything. You ain't Little Kim queen. So what queen of what are you? The queen of the Bronx? Fordham Road? I got you. All right. So boom. Now you come out, you build a whole platform based upon two people. Two people getting together, uniting, and having a child, and everybody's involved in the story. No matter how it turns out, because
All
things
right, I'm gonna give you 2 more minutes, and then I'm gonna go to Mel because I got
I
about.
just need 1 more minute. I'm done. So
Okay, go
no
ahead.
matter how it turns out, if you put that much time and dedication into something, then you should at least be able to leave amicably, or you should believe at least be like, you know what? I'm not going to embarrass my child, the other person in this relationship, because that's from the parent of my child. Right? So that's where I had to draw the line. I was like, listen, she's a extreme narcissist. I've been supporting you even though your pen game been weak this whole time. I've been supporting you even though you've been mean and nasty to everybody you meet. But to come back and then rewrite history and then you throw the man's children under the bus? Nah. Remington Steele, you are now canceled. And that's my part. Thank you, Nick and Knight.
All right, so what I want you to do also, because I'm gonna make a dedicated video about this whole situation. I'm gonna listen to all sides, and then I'm gonna do like a thorough breakdown. You know how I normally have people do voice notes? Do me like a nice voice note on Instagram, giving your theory and things too. All right.
Gotcha.
All right. Thank you.
Nope.
All right. Oh, sorry. All right. All right. So now we're gonna go to Mel because I got a little bit of time and I want to talk to Mel. Mel, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got introduced or interested in going to the Diddy trial and covering the trial.
Thank you very much. So I'm Mel Smith from Watching the World 777. Can I tell a quick story first?
What is it? Go
Okay,
ahead.
so this week, Neek was shouting me on the channel. I guess when she came the first day, I was hogging up the front of the line. So she said, so someone told me I just did a live with Tasha K. So I came on and Neek, I said, hey, I'm going to get you into the trial the next day, right? And the next day you were number one, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So I was able
So
to get you in.
Mel,
So it
yeah.
means a lot for me to come and support you. And I'm willing to put up some money to have you come back because I really want you there Tuesday. So can you pull that off if I help you come back?
Well, I can't come back Tuesday because my
Okay.
daughter's birthday is Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
as long as I get the day to spend with my daughter, make her actual day special,
Right.
then we could work it out. I ain't
All
turning
right.
it, you know.
I want you back. I want you back. You're solid. Everybody likes you. I don't believe what you said about these other creators. They're not as good as you. Come back and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? They're doing a good job, but I think there's a big lane for you too. So I'll support you coming back. And I want to tell all your supporters, support her. She's bringing all this information to you guys. Let's run up her money because it costs a lot. I mean, we have to stand in line. She's arriving early in the morning, waiting in
Yeah.
line. People are fighting, trying to get in line. It's pretty dangerous. We had on Friday this little homeless guy. He's threatening to kill people because he wants to make money from line sitting. There's a lot happening. Even the very first night of the trial, the police had to come because a big fight broke out. I kind of document some of these things on my channel, like when one of the guys started calling people all sorts of bad names, and he tried to get into it with the police. So anyway, what was your original question? I'm ready to get into it. I'm sorry.
I was saying, how did you get involved into going to the Diddy trial? But before you talk about how you got involved in the Diddy trial, I'll expand on how I first seen Mel. So, like he said, right? So he paid for line sitters. Now, I didn't know that he was paying for multiple line sitters. I thought that each person who came up was paying for one line sitter, which majority people are. Okay. Mel is probably the only one that's paying for multiple because even the big networks, like the big networks on TV, they have like one line sitter getting in 3. But, anyways, so the very first day that I was acquainted with Mel, I'm standing in line. I'm there early. Now, y'all have to understand this dynamic real quick. Inside the main courtroom, they only allow 14 people in the public. So unless you have a press pass, they only allow 14 people into the main courtroom that are not press, right? And so I didn't file for press credentials, so I'm in the public. So before Mel had got there, I had already counted like, okay, this person is press, this person is this person is that. And so I had felt like I was good and solid to go into the main courtroom because I had got there early. Now, when Mel came there, he pulled up Armand, he pulled up Myron, and he pulled up another person to the front of the line. Now, him pulling up those three people bumped me out of the main courtroom. So now I'm seeing them three get pulled up, and then after they got pulled up, people seen the people that he was pulling up, so they cut the. So now I'm even further back. So I'm getting irritated because I'm like, I done waited all this time. I'm out here, and now, I can't go into the main courtroom. I didn't know like if the overflow would just be whack or not. Turns out the overflow is not that bad. Like, it's really not. Like, you're
No.
able to relax a lot better in the overflow room. In the main courtroom, it is like strict. But anyways, so
to help you, are welcome to come forward, gate number 1, to check your bag to your final destination's baggage claim. Remember to remove any passport, shopping bag, you may need.
I'm sorry, they was making an announcement. So anyways, after court, I'm irritated because I don't care for Myron. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back when he pulled up Myron, because Myron don't like black women. And I'm like, somebody that don't like I'm not missing my flight. I hear y'all. I'm paying attention. She's making sure we listen. But anyways, so that was my first introduction. So after that, I came to YouTube, and I was talking shit. I'm like, this guy, he came up there and he was pulling all these people in the line. And so then he came into my chat and he told me that, don't worry, the next day I got you. I'm gonna pay for you a line sitter. So when y'all seen the guy come on my live and was like, I stayed out all night in the rain so she could get in line, this was Mel's line sitter. He wasn't my line sitter. So that's why I was like, okay, we'll talk about that later. Because my mom was like, why you was so abrupt if he waited for you all night? I'm like, well, he didn't technically wait for me. I mean, yeah, but no, But anyways, so that was all due to Mel. So the very next day, Mel, who is on the screen right now, he paid for me a line sitter, and I was able to get in the main courtroom. So just to give the full story.
Yep. Real talk. Real talk. And we still had trouble with other people still trying to cut in front of us, right? After we paid, people tried to crash the line again. So it's real crazy out there.
Yeah, so that was nice of Mel. I really appreciate him so much. After that day, I didn't have issues getting into the main courtroom because after that day, I was regulating. Like, this is my spot and you're not going in front of me. But the very first day, I didn't, I wasn't paying attention. I was, it happened. But after that, I was able to get in the courtroom on my own. But go ahead. So how did you get it started into the... How did you get involved with going to the Diddy trial, and how can people find your channel?
So my channel is Watching the World 777. You can find me on YouTube, TikTok, and also Instagram. It all started for me. I usually cover on my channel like religion, religious news. I used to be a Jehovah's Witness when I was growing up, and I was at the headquarters and all that stuff. So I'm no longer one, but I covered all things Jehovah's Witnesses and about the abuse, abuse in religion, TD Jakes. I covered all things like that. But then I covered Donald Trump, and then Diddy's case really hit home because it involves abuse, and I'm an advocate against abuse of women, children, or anyone else for that matter. So this case fell in line, and I'm an investor, so I have a lot of free time on my hand. I don't have to commit to some 9 to 5. I run a lot of businesses, so my schedule I can make it. And I said, hey, I'm gonna dedicate the next 2 months or whatever it is to go to the trial. I'll pay my money, and I'll pay for others too who want to work with me on this YouTube field. So that's how we met.
Yeah, so we met, we talked, and he's actually cool. So I'm one of the people, like, if I'm wrong about something, I don't mind like shouting you out, and I don't mind saying, hey, this was my actions, and this is what happened, and this is how it was. So we became cool, but it is a lot going on. See, one thing that people don't know is they see all these different personalities, and they see like people being cordial, and they, because they like to watch this YouTuber or that YouTuber, in their head they want everybody to be friends. But it's a lot of energy, it's a lot of personalities, it's a lot of stuff happening up there. Everybody's personalities don't mix. You might have a favorite content creator that you watch and you enjoy, and then there might be another content creator who you also watch and you enjoy. Just because you enjoy both of these different people do not mean that these people enjoy each other, you know? So y'all have to realize y'all also are creating beefs in the chat. A lot of you guys are going to Tisa's page or going to all of the other people's pages, and you're putting content creators against each other. Like, oh, well, this person didn't say this, or this person didn't say that, or this, that. You guys are creating beefs that y'all don't realize that are festering in real life. Like, I was there and I was observing like different energies that was happening. And a lot of it is because the chat, the comments, you guys are spearheading a lot of that stuff. So a lot of people were like, Neek, don't pause your video and address people that are doing all that. But it's like, I don't really want to feed into it, but it's getting a mess. But anyways, back to you, Mel. So they can find you on Mel Watching the World. And what is your takeaway so far of the trial?
Yeah, it's Watching the World 777. Thank you guys for coming over. Basically, I'm documenting. I have a lot of footage, and just to touch on something she just said, like for instance, I'm one of the few who filmed the daughters coming out of the courthouse early on in the trial. And one of the parties that she just mentioned went and did a video saying that this was a nice video of them walking out. And one of the YouTubers went on YouTube and says, "Oh, the daughters were escaping the courthouse." And I'm like, "What? You know, you guys are just making up bullshit." Well, I don't want to curse on your channel. You're just making things up just to get clicks. And so it's nice to have people like myself there who are just there reporting the truth. You'll see when I went on Tasha K, I try to stick to the facts, or CNN or Cuomo. I always try to tell the truth. And I noticed that Neek at Night is right on point with just trying not to be salacious, but just get the truth out there, because each side should have a fair shot at this. Now, you asked me what I think about the trial so far. I think that the prosecutors are building a hell of a case. And I think that each day they're dropping points to solidify all of these charges that they have brought on Diddy. Now, I do think that there may be a possibility Diddy could win, but the only way he could win is by a juror listening, because I noticed that a lot of them are not really buying what the witnesses are saying, because Neek can tell you quite a few of the witnesses have fell off tremendously. Don Richard, they basically tore her apart to show her out to be a liar in so many different ways. Like, her explosive testimony was that, oh, he said you could end up dead. But then they showed that she had 8 interviews with prosecutors far before the case, the trial, and she never brought that up. Never mentioned the guy threatened her life. So a lot of people have various discrepancies when it comes to this case. When the psychologist came out, she made a powerful point. She said that usually in a criminal case, people tend to forget what happened, the details. But you take that same person and you turn their case into a civil suit, and now they remember all the details because they want to get the money from the case. And we can see this on so many different levels with this case. So far, I think that the prosecutors are doing a great job in showing, number one, there was force, because in the video on the first day of the trial, they showed how Cassie was beaten, and then Cassie revealed that at the point of the beating, that she was actually trying to leave a freak off early, and that's when you see Diddy come in. He went to take a shower or use the bathroom, and she says she ran out into the hallway. You see her barefooted, and she's grabbing her shoes, trying to put them on, and then he comes down the hallway and proceeds to beat her and so forth, and dragging her back to a freak off. So that's the second count here in this. The charge in this case is sex trafficking with fraud, force, and coercion. So right there, you have the force element. It's very blatant on the screen. In fact, Cassie's husband was sitting there right by the TV, as Neat can tell you over to the far right. Her family is basically sitting right there, and they had to sit there and watch this video of Cassie being violated. There's also different areas as well that they're proving. They're proving obstruction, or they're trying to build that case solid, because they said Diddy beat the chef, and then he asked the executive assistant to basically say the chef beat him, to to file a police report. So they're saying that that's obstruction of justice. We have with Kid Cudi, we have burglary. They painted a beautiful picture. Well, it's not beautiful, but they painted a great picture of Diddy breaking into the house. That day early, the defense was trying to prevent the prosecutors from bringing up the fact that Kid Cudi's dog was traumatized so bad and put into the bathroom that he noticed that his dog was never the same after allegedly Diddy threw him in the bathroom, and the dog later died. So the defense did not want that to come out, because they said that this type of testimony could have a very negative effect on jurors that are dog lovers. So these are some of the type of details you probably don't hear in the media, that we're able to bring to you, because we're right in the courtroom writing down notes all day. I could tell you Nika's doing the same. And if one of us feel like we didn't hear a point, we reach over and say, did it say 23 or 24? Oh, they said 24. So we're vibing off each other. We're eating together, and we're coming together as in unity. But again, there is a lot of friction, because people are competitive. The YouTubers want to be great, want to be bigger than the next one. So there's a lot of conflict. People get upset because I get people in the courtroom, but I'm paying. I paid $200 to get her in, and I don't really know her like that, but we're getting to know each other well. So this is what we do. But as far as the case go, I think the only shot that Diddy has here, because they're building this RICO case out. A lot of people are saying they're not, but sometimes. Last night I did a show, and I'll try to get her on your show too. She's a legal analyst from Roland Martin's team, and she
Hmm.
did a show last night, and she teaches at the university, all the lawyers, and you should hear how she broke down how this RICO case is shaping beyond compare. So that's my take.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely hit me up on IG mail. I'm about to fly back to California now, and anytime after my daughter's birthday, then we can set something up.
It's all on you. Just let me know what you need. All right, I got you.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Sounds
And
good.
thank you guys. Could I just say thank you guys for having me on? I'll be back on whenever she wants me. You can find my channel, Watching the World 777, and I'm here to support Unique anytime. And that's real. And we're not worried about these streets out here. You're safe, so don't worry about it. I got you.
Oh, thank
All
you.
right.
I
We
appreciate
about
that.
we about that. I'm in a suit, but we're about that life. We keep you safe out there. All right.
Right,
We'll do that.
right, right.
All
Yeah,
right.
thank you
All
so
right.
much. I appreciate you, and it was
Yep.
such a pleasure to meet you as well. Unfortunately, we met on Me Talking Mess, but
It's all
everything worked
good.
out.
Okay, it's all good. I'm with you 100%. All right.
All
Take
right.
care.
Thank you so much. All right.
So long. Bye.
All right, bye. All right, y'all. So it's time for me to board my plane and get up out of here. Like I said, my daughter's birthday is next week, so that is definitely why I could not stay longer for right now. And it didn't make sense for me to, you know, just stay for all the way up until just to stay for one day and then have to fly out on a red eye on Tuesday. So somebody said, do Neek and Tisa have beef? No, I don't have no beef with Tisa. Hopefully you didn't misconstrue what I was saying. I mentioned Tisa and then I was about to mention other people, and then I stopped, and then but no, I have no issues with Tisa. No, where'd y'all get that from? No, Tisa have been cool with me. I've been on Tisa's page. I was just saying how there's people up there, and I should have, I probably got scatterbrained. I should have said I'm not speaking on anybody specific, okay? I was not speaking on specifically Tisa or anybody. I wasn't speaking on anybody specific. I was just saying how you guys are going into different people's chats, and I'm witnessing it because people are coming into my chats and trying to put people against each other. Okay? No, I don't have any beef with anybody up there. Everybody was pleasant to me. Okay? You know, I didn't have no issues. Any issues, I spoke to the person and said how I, you know what I mean? It was nipped. There's no issues with anybody. But you see how easy that's how stuff start to fester? It's crazy. But absolutely not. I have no issues with Tisa or anybody up there. With that being said, I got to get in line so that I can get on this flight and make my way home. Bye, y'all.